Good morning, church.
Greetings. In Matthew chapter 14, verses 22 through 33, we read of Jesus praying and Peter stepping out in faith. And when he has sent the multitudes away, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. Now, when evening came, he was there alone, but the boat was now in the middle of the sea, tossed by the waves, for the wind was contrary. Now in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus went to them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It's a ghost," and they cried out for fear. But immediately Jesus spoke to them, saying, "Be of good cheer, it is I. Do not be afraid." And Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it is you, command me to come to you on the water." So he said, "Come." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried out, saying, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said to him, "O you of little faith, why do you doubt?" And when they got into the boat, the wind ceased. Then those who were in the boat came and worshiped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." Friends, even Jesus, the Son of God, needed time alone with the Father so that he might keep his strength and spiritual connection strong. Jesus often went off by himself to pray to the Father. How can we expect to be solid disciples of the gospel if we're not in constant communication with God? If Jesus himself needed that time, needed to break away from everyone else and just simply be with the Father, how can we expect to live a spirit-filled life if we aren't willing to do the same thing? Prayer is a two-way conversation. We must take time and be still and wait for God's answer to our prayers. Perhaps Jesus, in this incident, simply spent time alone being quiet and still before the Father to gain the rest and the peace that he needed to carry on. As he approached the boat filled with the disciples, he appeared to be calm and in control. He quickly commanded Peter to step out of the boat and to walk to him. Peter obeyed, and Peter was doing just fine. It says he got down out of the boat. He walked on the water to go to Jesus. So Peter actually was walking on the water. His faith had gotten him that far, until he let his mind notice the waves, rather than keeping his eyes on Jesus standing right in front of him. At that point, when Peter wavered, he began to sink. We too must keep our eyes on Jesus if we hope to stay on the path that he has laid out for us. We can't let all of the other things in our daily lives get us down to where we can't keep our connection strong to Christ. When we keep the faith and keep our eyes on Jesus, there is no storm too strong for us to walk through. Pray constantly. Always have a line of communication open with Jesus. Keep your spiritual eyes on Christ. Don't let the world close in around you so tightly that you can't keep that connection strong. And always listen for guidance. God will answer you if you are only still and listening. Blessings.